Good day, everybody, and welcome to today's episode on my Malaysian retirement YouTube video series. And we also talk about property investment in Johor Bahru. And today we're going to talk about the RTS Rapid Transit System construction progress, where they have just announced that they're going to start installing the train track systems soon in December 2024. So today, on the 29th of November, Singapore's LTA as well as Malaysia's MRT Corp both released some statements to update on the progress of the RTS construction. Now, in case you guys are new to my channel and don't know what the RTS is, the RTS is basically the Road to Singapore or the Rapid Transit System. The actual name is the Rapid Transit System, which is actually an MRT link from Singapore's MRT network into Johor Bahru. So basically, there will be a new MRT station in JB called Johor Bahru City Centre, and this will link to Woodlands North Station in Singapore. So basically, in the future, everyone can take a train, right, an MRT track train from Singapore into JB, and this will help ease the congestion at the causeway. And thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people can now travel between Singapore and Johor Bahru much more easily without any traffic jam or less traffic jam seamlessly. So, right, this will definitely increase demand for properties in Johor Bahru, right? Which is what I've been saying for the past 1-2 years now. Why the property market in Johor Bahru is booming right now. So let's go into a bit of details of what was shared by the LTA and MRT Corp. So basically, number one, on the status of the civil infrastructure works, right, on both sides, Malaysia and Singapore. Now, civil infrastructure works refer to the building of the track, right, the viaducts, right, which is basically the things where the train goes on, right. So civil infrastructure work are over 90% completed in Malaysia. Singapore is over 80% completed as of November this year, right, end of November. And both countries have, you can see some photos that I'm going to share here, right. On the status, you can look at the CIQ building in Singapore. You can also see some of the tunnels on the Singapore side for the train, right. And you can see some other progress photos on both Singapore and Malaysia side. Now, what will happen in December, which is December 2024, the train system installations will start, which is basically the train, right? You know, there's a train track, right, where the MRT run on. So they will start installing that train system and the signaling systems for the train. All that will start in December. Will probably take over most of 2025, right? And as also Singapore side will also start the construction to link the RTS to the Thomson East Coast Line, right? So basically, if you see my map here, you can basically take a train from JB into Singapore via the Thomson East Coast Line, which is where Woodlands North, right, is the first station on the Thomson East Coast Line. There is also one viaduct aesthetic feature, right, which is this photo you can see over here. Basically, it's some kind of V or shape structure to represent the cooperation between Singapore and Malaysia. So this is an aesthetic feature. So when you cross the border, which is actually exactly along this point, right, Singapore and Malaysia border, right, you'll pass through this point, right, and these features represent this close partnership between both countries. On the Malaysia side, you can see here are some photos of the depot station as well as the immigration building station, right? You can see that basically, yeah, pretty much all the infra works are up. So I think the next 2 years, you're going to focus more on the finishes, like things like tiles, aircon, the finishes of the structure itself, right? Whereas all the big things like plumbing, M&E, all are basically done, right? So some nice photos to share with you for those guys, for those of you who haven't really read the news about this. So you can see the RTS is still quite important, right? Despite what some people were negative about Malaysia because they had the VEP, Vehicle Entry Permit, which started in the 1st October. Some people say that, oh, this will cause traffic between Singapore and JB to drop. Actually, if you've been paying attention to the traffic, I think it's picked up to almost normal right now, or even normal, right? If you pay attention to the cameras that monitor the traffic on the causeway, right, traffic between Singapore and JB is as heavy as ever. I don't think anyone is saying that there's no cars going to JB right now. Still a lot of Singapore cars coming in. So as I said earlier, as more and more people are able to get their VEP sorted out, they will start driving into JB again, right? It's just a paperwork thing that everybody needs to go through, even though it's a bit painful. But I think, yeah, it's not that difficult to do, and eventually most cars in Singapore will have it, and the traffic to JB will be as jammed as per usual, right? So as per what I've been telling in my previous videos, right, the best time to buy Johor Bahru is actually now. before the RTS completes, because once the RTS completes, right, and people can actually easily travel via MRT into JB, right, prices can only go up, right? So if you have any interest to buy property in Johor Bahru, now is still a good time, better than definitely after RTS completion. By then it's probably a bit too late, or you're going to pay higher prices than what you are paying today, right? So thank you very much. I hope this sharing of photos was useful to you, and also gives you confidence that construction in the RTS is going on, right? And you don't have any doubt, right? And this is the biggest kicker on why property prices in Johor Bahru will increase in the next few years, right? Primarily because travel time between Johor Bahru and Singapore will drop, and when that drops, right, there can only be increased demand in Johor Bahru because Singapore property prices remain high, rentals and prices in Singapore are high, and that will help to push up prices in Johor Bahru as well. So thank you very much. If you enjoy my content, do like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers next year in 2025, and share more information with you guys soon. Thank you very much, and bye bye.